Hello everyone, and welcome to another Jurassic Park video. Maisie is one of the most unique characters in the Jurassic Park franchise because it was revealed in Fallen Kingdom that Maisie is actually a clone of Benjamin Lockwood's daughter, who was shrouded in mystery. With that said, who was the original Maisie Lockwood? Who was the person that Maisie essentially came from? Well, that's the topic of the day. Now, to make sure we don't get mixed up between the two Maisies, I'm going to refer to Lockwood's daughter as the original Maisie, while I refer to the clone as Little Maisie. So let's get started. Not much is known about the original Maisie Lockwood, because the movie doesn't tell us a lot, so let's talk about what we do know. What we do know is that when she was a little girl, the original Maisie enjoyed bike riding, wearing fancy jewelry, and ballet, as seen in the photos in Lockwood's album. She apparently had a wicked sense of humor, which Lockwood is reminded of when little Maisie tells him about her adventures. She was also very close with Iris, who raised her. When little Maisie asked Benjamin Lockwood about her mother visiting the park, he said that she did, a long time ago. He also mentioned that she would have saved them too. She would have saved them all, referring to the dinosaurs. This suggests that the original Maisie was a dinosaur lover, seeing the dinosaurs as living things, and would likely have grown up to be an advocate for dinosaur rights if she were still alive. Maybe she would have joined the Dinosaur Protection Group. Unfortunately, the original Maisie died in a car accident. Now, the movie never mentions when she died, but I'll get to that shortly. But it was the death of the original Maisie that changed Benjamin Lockwood to the point where he ultimately decided to use his technology to clone his own daughter. Now, the movie infers that Lockwood cloning his daughter was what drove him and Hammond apart, as told by Mills. However, there's a little bit of confusion regarding this. It's been discussed amongst Jurassic Park fans that if Lockwood successfully cloned Maisie, and that's what drove him and Hammond apart, then Maisie would have been a lot older in Fallen Kingdom. And that would make sense. For the sake of conversation, let's say that Lockwood split from Hammond and began cloning his daughter in 1997, just before Hammond died. If that was the case, then little Maisie would not be so little by now. She'd be in her early 20s in Fallen Kingdom. But that's not what happened. To set the record straight, Colin Trevorrow made a tweet to clear up the confusion. Quote, Hammond and Lockwood had a falling out due to Lockwood's intentions, not his acts. Maisie was born 9 years before the events of Fallen Kingdom, long after Hammond's death, but it was an unholy thing that you wanted to do and then eventually did, just doesn't have a ring to it. End quote. So based on this tweet, that would mean that little Maisie was born in 2009. Now I'm going to go back to the death of the original Maisie. I was casually browsing the internet and I came across the Twitter page of Chris Likes Dinos, who is a fellow YouTuber. On his page was a picture of Lockwood's album that was not shown in the final cut of the movie. This picture was more than likely found in the bonus features of the movie. I don't have access to a Blu-ray player right now, so if you guys know where it's from, I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, back to the picture. I understand it's a little hard to make out since it's a picture of the TV screen, but you can just make out the words Maisie Lockwood, August 1983 to June 2008. She was nearly 25 years old when she died. So there it is. Lockwood had ideas about human cloning that Hammond could not support, and because of that, they went their separate ways. Which makes me wonder, why would Lockwood be interested in human cloning, even before his daughter's death? Remember, the original Maisie didn't die until 2008. Hammond and Lockwood went their separate ways way before that, so Lockwood had these ideas decades before Fallen Kingdom. What was he thinking? I wonder. Maybe that'll be a topic for another time. But for now, this concludes another video. Do you think we'll learn more about the original Maisie in the future? Or not? Talk about it in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, click the subscribe button, and don't forget to click the bell. See you next time.